believe we discussed this question in both classes, first and second period, but let's go ahead and take a look at it here as well. So a certain type of bacteria is being grown on a petri dish. So if you want a visual of what that looks like, here's a petri dish with bacteria growing on it. It looks like there's a couple different colonies here, and actually, it's really quite beautiful, isn't it? Pretty colors, um, but I don't know what bacteria that is. It could make you sick. Um, so there's bacteria that's growing on a petri dish in a school's bio lab. Inez does some measurements and determines that the area of the bacteria covering the petri dish is doubling each day. She started the bacteria colony on February 9th and predicts that it will cover the entire petri dish by February 21st. Okay. Starts it on the 9th, February 21st, she predicts it will cover the whole dish. When will the petri dish be half covered by the bacteria? Okay, so a little confusing here, but I'm setting up these dates, right? So the 9th is the date in the month. I think she said this was in February. So these are all in the month of February. On February 9th, we're saying it's day 0, right? February 10th is day 1, etc. The 17th of February is day 8. The 18th is day 9, etc. And she says there's a couple points we have. It says she started the bacteria on the 9th, and she predicts that it will be the entire petri dish will be covered on the 20th. Okay. When will the petri dish be half covered by the bacteria? I have no idea. Um, I have no idea. Um, she says it's doubling each day. I guess I can do this. I guess I can say, well, look on the February 21st. That's the 12th day. Okay, this is how I did this. On February 21st, which is the 12th day, we are at 100% coverage. Got it. And she said it was doubling every day. That means as I moved forward, I was multiplying by 2. Well, I can certainly go backwards and divide by 2. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. If I go backwards one day and divide by 2, it's that's an easy question to answer, right? If if it's got 100% coverage on the 21st, the 12th day, and it's doubling each day, that means on the 20th it's at 50%. So yeah, on day 11, it would be the 20th of February. That's when it would be 50% coverage. That's intuitive. Um, Next, it says let A represent the unknown percentage covered by bacteria on the starting day. Write an equation for a geometric sequence that represents percentage covered by the bacteria. Okay, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, right, I know for sure that I can write y equals a, and I know that b is the number 2, and I'm raising that to the x power. What I don't know is I don't know how much bacteria was on the petri dish when this whole mess started, right? I don't know what the 0th term is. So to figure that out, I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to keep, going backwards in time until I get back to the 0th day. But I can also do this. I can solve this equation. So in fact, I've got it here on part C. So if we're starting out if we've got 100% coverage on day 12, right, when x is 12, and again, our multiplier was 2, we're doubling it. If I solve this for A, that tells me the percent of the petri dish that was covered at the very beginning. To isolate A, I just divide both sides by 2 to the 12th power. It's a very small number. It's actually 0.000244, so it's about 0.0244%. In fact, let me double check that number. So let me take 100 and divide that by 2 raised to the 12th power. Oh, no, actually, oh no, these are expressed in percents. That's right, these are all percent coverage. So actually it's just it is 0.0244%, and the number you get is 0.0244. So that number turns out to be, right, the zeroth term, how much we start with at the very beginning. So right here in C now I have a complete equation. You can see at day 0 we had 0.0244% of the Petri dish was covered, and every single day after that it doubled until at day 21 it was 100% coverage. I think there's a part D. It says, how much of the Petri dish was covered on February 14th? Okay, so what I did here was I've got the um, these are the days in February, and these are the days of growth. So this is at day 0 when I was at like 0.0244%. And if I go February 9th through the 14th, I can see that February 14th was the 5th day of growth. So in order to figure out the percent coverage on that day, I'm just plugging in that X is 5. So after 5 days of growth, we get that we're about 78% covered. So about 78% of the Petri dish is covered, and that 78% is happening at day 5. No, it's not 78%, because I'm saying, wait a minute, it can't be 78%. It's 0.78%. It's much smaller than 78%. Because how in the world am I going to keep doubling and make it all the way out to day 12 where I'm at 100%? So it's just at 0.78% on day 5, not 78.